Building the Human Before the Structure, a Quranic vision for individual reformation and the creation of a civilization of values. Ali Mohammed Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi states that the theory of the state, according to divine legislation in the Holy Quran, is based on the methodology, if the individual is reformed, society is reformed. This signifies that the wisdom of Allah, glorified and exalted be He, dictated starting with the upbringing of the youth by teaching them the importance of applying the divine path. This path instills in them Quranic moral values and the characteristics of believers mentioned in the verses of the wise remembrance. It serves to correct individual behaviors to align with sublime ethics, as Allah described our Master, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, by saying, "And indeed you are of a great moral character." Allah, glorified and exalted be He, also described the noble messenger as a mercy, saying, "And we have not sent you except as a mercy to the worlds." Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi adds that if leaders succeed in implementing the divine path for human ethics in social interactions and relationships, and if every individual observes the principles of the divine path in their behavior and practices in every position, during study, at work, and throughout the execution of their professional responsibilities and family relations, adhering in their dealings to mercy, justice, benevolence, equality, respect for human rights, tolerance, amnesty, and forgiveness for any unintentional error, treating all people with kindness, cooperating in righteousness and piety, avoiding cooperation in sin and aggression, shunning all forms of injustice, carrying the trust with utmost sincerity and honesty, avoiding ill suspicion, and giving rights to their rightful owners. These are some of the Quranic ethics and qualities of believers that unite people with one heart and hold fast to the clear book of Allah. If societies succeed in reshaping the Muslim character and behavior according to the divine path, they would become the greatest advanced nation, leading all of humanity to build the virtuous city. From those who are raised and trained on the divine path, societies, peoples, and states are formed. When leaders possess these qualities, Islamic nations will rank among the advanced nations, characterized by mercy, justice, and stability. People will live together as loving brothers, and Islamic states will adopt constitutions based on Quranic values. Thus, there will be no warring factions or conflicting parties. Everyone will work within the framework of Quranic ethics, where morality stands at the forefront of worship. Consequently, attempts to establish systems of governance since the passing of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, have failed. This is because those who succeeded him did not realize the wisdom of worship or truly believe in divine legislations, whether the legislation of worship and its wisdom or the legislation of prohibitions designed to fortify the Muslim. Thus, they failed to create societies whose individuals were raised on divine legislations up to the present day. Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi emphasizes that the allies of Shaitan managed to deceive Muslims with forged narrations attributed to the noble messenger, leading them to abandon the divine constitution. They became lost among narrations that divided them into sects and parties, killing one another for worldly interests. They forgot Allah, so He made them forget themselves, and they strayed from the straight path. As a result, nations preyed upon them, and their sovereignty was violated, all because they turned away from the roadmap of guidance that Allah drew for them. Unfortunately, the early Muslims failed to form a system of governance based on the values of mercy and justice as Allah commanded them to follow His book when He addressed them, saying, "Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord, and do not follow other than Him any allies." They disobeyed Allah's command, followed the allies of Shaitan, and dropped the torch of light, remaining drowned in deep darkness as a result of abandoning the book of their Lord. Thinker Ali Al-Shurafa Al-Hammadi believes that the individual is the primary building block of society. If individuals are raised according to the divine path, society can establish a community of mercy. From them, dedicated leaders will emerge, devoted to serving their homelands, without arrogance or pride, and all those concerned will feel their accountability before Allah, even before being accountable to the leader. For example, if a farmer selects the finest seed and nurtures it, the result is a harvest of the highest quality. This is an analogy for the righteous upbringing of the individual. The culmination of this effort results in positive outcomes that achieve development plans, secure the rights of future generations, and lift the debts of the forces of evil from society's shoulders. Al-Shurafa emphasizes that Allah, the Almighty, calls upon everyone to cooperate in righteousness and piety. If this cooperation is not achieved, disasters occur, the system collapses, and the state may become a mere memory of the past.